Good morning, everyone, and thanks again for joining us on our Visa Grow Your Business SME workshop. My name is Aditya Adishok, and I work with Visa. For our first timers, this is the fifth of our monthly series, which is all about upscaling your digital skills as SMEs, in order to grow your business. And well, for our regulars, you know how we do it. I mean, we pretty much get into the detail of training and making sure your skills are upgraded for digital. Please feel free to drop a comment or emoji to show how excited you are for this session. Let's give a little background to this. Why is Visa doing this in partnership with Google? And why is this training even for free? The workshop is part of our Way Shop Matters campaign, and we call it a movement. Yes, we call it a movement because our intent is to transform the way SMEs do businesses, and ensuring that we, together with you SMEs, we build sustainable and resilient local businesses for the future. Now, the Way Shop Matters movement, like we call it, is designed to empower small businesses by providing the needed support, tools, and resources you require to transact efficiently and grow your business online in these challenging times. I mean, you and I will agree that these times have been very challenging. And this training is just one of them. And the other things we are doing as Visa, we're also spurring consumers to show love to their communities by shopping from USMEs and placing, and that proverbial little drops of water that makes the mighty ocean for SMEs today. Today's session will help you learn how to use data and insights to grow your business. But before we go into the core training session, we have an exciting offer for you SMEs. I call this one Money Talks actually because you get monetary benefits in form of discounts and a whole lot more. And what are we talking about here is the Visa Business Card. And I won't do all the talking. I'll hand over to my colleague Chid, who will discuss and share this exciting offer to you. And I know you don't want to miss this. Chid, over to you.
Thanks, Tayo. Good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to this Grow Your Business workshop. As Tayo has said, my name is Chiedu Adudu, and I will be speaking to you today about a new card product that Visa has launched into the market called the Visa Business Card. Now, what's the business card all about? What's this new card product from Visa? What's it all about? It's a card that speaks to you as a small business owner. So whether you have a spa, you run a spa outlet, or you have a small shop where you sell goods and services to individuals, or you run a professional service firm, whatever kind of small business you run today, there is great value in being able to digitize your payments. For your payments for business expenses such as office space, such as office supplies like paper, fuel for the backup generator, and so on and so forth. Typically today, a lot of us use cash for these kind of expenses, whether we want to leave cash with our office or store manager to be able to make these day-to-day expenses that we need to do to keep in business. And we all know, the disadvantages of that. It's quite open for abuse. You can't really track how those expenses are going. You have to keep a lot of paper records, which take a lot of time in being able to put together. And so that's why we've come up with a card product which we call the small business card. It's in all different variants, prepaid, debit, and credit. And the idea of this card is to help you digitize your payments so that instead of using cash for your day-to-day operational expenses, whether it's for office supplies or to pay utility bills for the office, or to leverage all your day-to-day expense, use the card. And what this helps you do is you're able to keep track of your expenses. You're able to see where you're overspending or where there is room to spend more, and then you're able to track those expenses as made by your staff. Now, these cards don't just come alone empty. They also come with a lot of discounts and business-centric offers that will make sense to you as a business person. And so what we've done today is to come up with over 30 business-centric offers discounts and benefits that make sense to you as a small business person. These things range all from productivity tools like Microsoft Office tools to things like if you're into digital marketing, discounts on Google ads, Twitter ads, and so on and so forth. These offers are available today by default when you pick up the business card on the website smeoffers.pushvine.com. When you go to that website, you will then have access to a range of benefits, over 30 of them. Like I said, they range from things like productivity tools like Microsoft Office 365. You get a 10% discount when you use your Visa business card. To offers like Google Ads, if you use Google, when you leverage Google Ads to advertise your business, that's an offer there. If you use Shopify in being able to sell your goods and services online, there's also an offer there as well. To other things like Twitter ads, for online advertising, to DocuSign, to 10% off on Regus Office Space, and so on and so forth. So a lot of these business centric offers. 30 today. When we did launch this with the card, we launched it with 12, and it's grown to 30. And the idea is that we'll keep on expanding on these offers that would make sense to you as a business person to be able to, pass across some cost benefits to you, to help you even in these global pandemic times. And we didn't just stop with these 30 pan-regional offers, as we call them. Today, with your business card, we have up to 25% discount with one of the leading logistics services firms in the country, GIG Logistics. So when you get your Visa business card from your bank and you want to pay for logistics services, you can simply just utilize the GIG Logistic offer, where you get a discount up to 25% off the normal rack rates for logistics services. So we're doing all of these things for various reasons. One, because we want to help support small businesses, within this pandemic times, because from the statistics, small businesses are the most impacted, with the downturn as a result of the pandemic. So we want to help support you. And then we also want to help you move away from cash and paper-based systems to more digital forms of payments, where you can be able to efficiently track your expenses, and then that can also trickle down into more benefits for you in terms of profits. So that's why we're doing it. Today, the business card is available across our banks. Access Bank just launched it a little over 4 months ago. Standard Chartered also has the business cards, and more banks are rolling this out. So go to your bank and ask for the Visa business card and begin to enjoy this range of benefits. And the idea is that these benefits will keep on expanding. Very soon in the market, we'll also be launching a reporting tool and a payment controls tool for those of you that have small businesses of 5, 10, 20 employees, so that you'll be able to leverage the card to be able to give your employees empower your employees to make those operational day-to-day expenses, because now you'll be able to also track those expenses and not just rely on what they tell you. So watch out for a lot more that will be coming out in the market from Visa. If you want a place where you can easily just reference all these benefits and solutions that come with the business card, just go to visa.com.ng, go to the small business hub on the visa.com.ng site, and then look for the business card and commercial offers. You'll be able to have a full view of all the 30 offers that are available today, as well as the local offer on logistics. And then as we add on more and more offers, you'll be able to see that on that site as well. You'll also be able to see the banks that currently offer business cards. And then as more banks begin to offer and roll out the products, you'll be able to also get that information on the site as well. So thank you for your time. Thank you for having me. If you have any questions, simply just put it in the chat box. I'll be back at the end of the session, to answer whatever questions or queries that you have for me, and provide further explanations as well. So thank you. I'll hand it over now to the next speaker from Google to take the training.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much, Chedu, for that introduction. Hi, my name is God Knows, and welcome to today's session. And Visa has done a lot. Basically, they've done a lot to make sure these processes are seamless. And part of doing a lot for you, we are here, all right? So today I'll be speaking on use data and insight to help grow your business. All right. So, like I said earlier, this training is in partnership with Visa and is delivered by Grow with Google. Now, a little basics before we start. My name is God Knows, and in the chat I have a moderator. Her name is Faye. You can go on, introduce yourself. I want to know your name and your location, where you're tuning in from. So, like I said, my name is God Knows, and I'm in Nigeria. So, I would like to know yours, where you are, maybe your name, and what type of business you do, because this is typically for small and medium businesses and even big businesses. Okay. So, um, go familiarize yourself with the chat box. Now, for today's training, we have three basic agendas, okay? And by the end of today's session, you should be able to understand the right questions to ask, okay? The right questions to ask. And then number two, you should also be able to identify the best tools to use. The best tools to use, like the saying goes, a man is only as good as his tools. So if you're in business, of course, you should have different tools that helps in making your business or reaching out to your customer easy. Then number three, you should understand and analyze your data. Now you've gotten so much data, you should be able to understand it and analyze it and put it to work. Because when you get a whole lot of data, if you don't know how to put it to work, it's basically useless, right? So let's get into this. So, but before we start, I have a question to ask. And the question is, what word would you use to describe your customers? I'm sure you guys have different amazing customers. So I would want just one word you would want to use to describe your customers. Like for me, I would say my customers are amazing. Okay. So what word would you like or would you use to describe your customers? Again, go to the chat and get familiar with that. And any questions I ask, you can answer there. And if you have any questions for me, please drop it on the chat. If you have any questions for Visa also, please drop it on the chat. Faye will attend to that either maybe after the session or where do we have pause for questions. I can address that, and Chedu is here to answer all questions related to Visa. Okay. So understand the right questions to ask. Okay, now I've asked, what questions would you ask your customers? Now you have to understand the right questions to ask. Again, what questions would you like to ask your customers? For me, I would say I would want to know about, I would want to find out more about what they like, what they're into. Because when you know what your customers like, you know how to fine tune your product or know how to deliver it better. Okay. So, what questions would you want to ask your customers? Again, go to the chat. Let's get this engaging and interactive. All right. So, in the process of analytics, we have four processes to analytics. Four processes to analytics. Number one is, what is my objective, right? What is my objective before you go? Of course, all these will be delved into and explained better as we continue. So number two is, what question do you need to address? Okay, what questions do you need to address? Number three process for the analytics is, where do I get that information? And number four is, what do I do with the information I've gotten? You've gotten so much data, so much information. What do you do with it? So stick around and find out the answers to all this. So number one, what is your objective? Of course, every business owner, every business should have an objective in analytics, okay? So what is your objective? Now, here are a couple of objectives. Now, these are not the only objective we have in businesses. Objective varies from business to business, from person to person, okay? So here are just a few. Now, you might want to tell more people about your business. For example, maybe you started a new business and you want to tell more people about your business. Number two could be sell more of my products and services, right? So you notice you've not been getting so much sales in a product, or you've not been delivering so much services. An objective could be you want to sell more product or service. And number three could be you would want to identify your most valuable customers, because I think the most valuable ones are the ones that are returning. Okay, you can agree with me on this, because any customer that is just one off, it's although we can follow up to find out maybe if something is wrong or something you need to fix, but those returning ones have a special place in your heart. It should, because it has a special place in my heart. Then number four is find new ways to engage with previous customers. Like I said, you notice that maybe a customer have not really been frequent, and you know this guy is actually around, not like he moved away or something. You want to know why he's not engaging. All right, so you might find new ways to engage with previous customers while you're making new customers. You find ways to engage with the previous ones. So here are a few objectives. Like I said, these are not all. Objectives vary from business to business, from person to person. Okay, so find out your objective, and your objective has to be clear. It doesn't have to be so long, just have to be clear and concise. All right. Then the second process for analytics is, what question do you need to address? There could be so many questions coming from different customers, and you need to address them. Okay, so how do you go about this? Now, the types of questions to ask about your business, there's a strategy called the REAM strategy, or the REAM structure, where the R is reach. And in reach, you want to know who is your target audience and how do I reach them online? How do you reach them online? If your target, Mr. A's target audience must not be the same target audience as Mr. B. There's something I like saying, that a business, you can't be in a business and your target customers or your target audiences, men, women, and children from age 13 years to 65 years, and like that is too large. You have to define exactly who needs your product, right? Unless you're maybe a social media company, or you're Google, because Google, everybody, like even the old and the young, and everybody's using Google. But if you're not them, then you have to define really who your target audience is. Then E is for engage. Are they finding what they need? Of course, you should be providing the services, or you're into the business of providing the services of what they need. Are they finding that exact service or product they need? Then A is activate. And for activate is, are they booking? Of course, if they are finding what they need, are they booking? It's called the action, right? The call to action. Are they actually booking these services or this product? Are they making the purchase? Then the final one is N for Rin. It's called nurture. Are they coming back? Now, these are the things you need to know. Okay, these are the things you need to answer for yourself. Who are your target audience? Are they finding what they need? Are they booking? Are they coming back? All right. Then the next step for this process, or the process of analytics, is, where do I get that information from? Now, you've found out your objective, you found out what questions to ask, of course, what questions not to ask, but to address, what questions to address. And then the third one is, where do I get that information from? Now, this is where the tools comes in, right? So gaining the right information. Number one, there are social channels. For social channels, there are many. There are many different social channels. There are Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's LinkedIn, all of them. All right. So social channels is a very good tool, a very good way in getting the right information. And number two is organic search. Organic search are typically searches that are not paid for, like free searches. Organic means free. So your normal search, as we go on, I'll share tools you can use to get all these information for social channels, for organic search, and then your website. Do you have a website? If you don't, please get a website, because that is typically your online presence. That is your shop in the internet. So you should get a shop in the internet. And if you don't, stick around. I'll be sharing a tool that you can use to get a free website. So just stick around. Then number four is paid search, where you have to pay, maybe for example, Google, to bring up or to advertise with them on Google search. All right. So like I said, all these will be broken down bit by bit, step by step, right? Then the final step for the process of analytics is, what do I do with the information? I've shown you many different ways you can get information from. Now, what do you do with this information, with this wealth of information you've gotten? What do you do with it? Okay. Now, you can now use your insights. This is where insight comes into play. For the market trends, you can identify the latest market trends and insights. Now, once you've identified the latest market trends and insights, this can help you guide your business. Let's say, for example, there's a seasonal trend, like it's summer, I think, and it's no longer winter. You know that if you're into apparels or clothing company, you know that for now people will be going for wears that are not so covered, and you can get air flowing in through your body and all that. So with these insights, you can know, okay, this is what is actually on play, on board at the moment, and you can use that to sell more, to advertise more, on that particular product that is related to the weather, right? Then, for instance, maybe you have a business in Kenya, and you know that the trend comes up that the independent is coming up on so dates. You can now use that to fine tune your business. So not just getting all these information, not just getting the right information, you're just knowing what to do with them. Okay. Now, the next one for your insight is your user experience. Here you understand your customer path to purchase and make changes accordingly. Now, like I said earlier, it's not good just to find out or to know so much information about this. Is what do you do with that information? Now, if you find out that, okay, maybe more people are going through a certain part, let's say they are clicking a link from their email, and the link redirects them to their website, and then, to your website rather, and then they now make a purchase from them, or they saw your ad on Facebook or a social media, and they click on it and they get redirected to your website. So those are the paths they went through in purchasing. Or maybe they did the basic normal search, which I often do. They did a basic normal search on Google, and they saw your website and then decided to make purchase. So these are the paths they follow. Now, when you understand this, that, okay, a customer or customers are following this certain paths in making purchases, you know how to optimize that particular path to make it more seamless for them to make even more purchases and for more people to even find out more. So like I said, get the right information and then effect them. Then content marketing. Content marketing identifies which type of content people engage with the most. Now, this is self-explanatory, really. Like, are they, as at the moment, I know people are going for videos, and in 2021, videos will be the thing now. So, you know that, okay, my customers or people around my or following me engage more with videos. You now create content that are video based. You produce more video content. Of course, you can be producing other means of or other forms of content, but then you produce more content on video and make it even more appealing. You see that they can get to share your content and even attract more people to your page or to your website or to your YouTube channel or anywhere. So content marketing, you identify what type of content they engage with the most, and then you optimize it. Then adapt your strategy. You use these insights to adapt your overall strategy. Like I said, I keep saying, it's not just good to get wealth of information. It's also good to effect them, because if you don't do this, if you don't find this out, and then maybe you got a bad review on path, and you don't do anything with it, it's as good as nothing. So you find out this information and follow suit and effect them into your strategy. Okay, so we have come to the question time. If we have any questions for everything I've said in Agenda 1, this would be the perfect time to say. So like I said, like I explained earlier, you can go to the chat. Faye is there to respond to all questions you have. And then if there are some I need to address, I'll be called forth and I'll address them accordingly. If there are any questions about visa, whatever question, maybe question you've been harboring in your mind for so long, and how do you get to contact visa to ask them this? Please, now is the moment. So go to the chat, drop that question, and we'll direct it to who is supposed to answer. All right. So let's continue. The next agenda 2, is identify the best tools to use. Now, like I said, a man is only as good as his tools. Okay, so a man is only as good as his tools. Let's get you the best tools for you to be the best business owner. Okay, so another question for you guys: what analytics tools do you currently use at the moment? What analytics tools do you use now? When I say analytics, I don't want you to maybe get confused or say, okay, analytics. Like, it's typically what tools are you using to get information? For me, I actually have a lot, a lot. But then the most familiar one is Facebook Insights. Facebook Insights gives you access to many different things about your customers, about the people following you. Okay, so Facebook Insights is a tool you can use. Also, now I won't say also, because as the slide goes on, I'll touch on different tools. So for you, I want to know which analytics tools do you currently at the moment use? And I'm sure at the end of this training, at the end of this webinar, you would be able to have more tools. You should be able to understand more tools to use to effect them in your business. All right. So the tools we can use. Number one is social. Social is, like I said, social is social. And for social, you can get Twitter. Twitter has a platform where you can access insights that are helpful for you as a businessman to understand your customer. Also, Facebook does, like I mentioned earlier, Facebook is just the insights, yes. But then you should know that you have to have a business page on Facebook. You can't just use your normal profile for that. Your normal profiles are basically just to be social. All right, just to engage with friends and say hello, hi. It doesn't give you appropriate insight. Okay, I can see the real view. Okay, the real view says they use Facebook ads and Instagram insight. That's good. Facebook ads and Instagram insight. Thank you for that. So, like I was saying, Facebook, you have to have a business page for you to access the insight. If you don't, there is no way, there's no way online that you can be able to do that you can be able to access the insight. So make sure you have a Facebook page. Don't go advertising your product on your normal profile. It's not right, and you don't get insight. So get a Facebook page and do it right. Then finally we have Hootsuite. Now, not finally, there are many more, but these are few. And then you have Hootsuite. Hootsuite helps you to manage different your Facebook, different social channels all at once and gives you detailed insight to this. So make sure you check it out. Like I said, you should have by the end of this session, you should be able to have different other means of getting tools or different other tools to use. Okay, then organic search. Organic search is the next one. Here we have Google Console. Google Console is very, very effective for, it's actually related to Google and your business, like Google search and your business, sorry, and your website. Google search and your website, how, what keywords do people input to find your search? Sorry, to search and find your website, like what are the blog, how does your website show on Google search and etc. So you should be able to use this and get more detailed info on how to optimize your website for it to show on Google search. Now, like I said earlier, and I keep saying, it's not just good to find out, of course, Google Console, Google Search Console will show you, okay, these are the places you need to adjust. These are the keywords you might want to use. These are the things you might want to tweak. But when you have all this information and you don't do them, it's just it's just a waste. Okay, so you find out this information and then put them to work. Then the next one for organic search is Google My Business. Google My Business is amazing. And now the tip I told you that you can use to get free website is actually Google My Business. Google My Business don't just it's a tool to help manage your online presence on Google, manage how your business look on Google, and it can help you get free website. Now there are a lot to talk about on this particular one. Google My Business is actually one of my favorite tools to use. So it can get you a free website if you don't have a website, and then it can also help you. It's actually for Google listing. List your business on Google. And then one other amazing fact about Google My Business, it links you directly to the Google Map, okay, for navigation. And for Google Map, I tell people, or I explain it as getting or owning a land on Google Map, because wherever you are and you have Google My Business and your map and you're listed in the map, no matter where you are, you can actually search for that business and see, okay, this is you. So take advantage of this. Then the next for your website is Google Analytics. And the Google Analytics helps you for different things on your own website, like where people come in and bounce off, and maybe something that's supposed to be changed, or how many visitors you got and who they are, where they're coming in from. Amazing insight Google Analytics give. Then for paid search, we have Google Ads. Google Ads. All right. So all these are different tools you can use. Then for Facebook Insight, yeah, you get to find out what people are engaging with on your Facebook page and how they are finding you rather. Now, like I said, Facebook page. If you don't have a Facebook page, you won't have access to the Facebook Insight. So make sure you do it and do it right. Okay, next we have Google Search Console. Like I told you, you find out invaluable information about your website and its visitors from Google's organic search results. From Google's organic, like I said, organic search is typically free. So however people are finding you through Google search, organic search, Google's Search Console will give you every information about that. The next is Google My Business. Like I said, this is this is a whole package on its own. But to access it, just go to business.google.com and explore everything you can ever find. So manage your online presence across Google search and Google Maps. That is listing your particular business on Google Maps. And that is, I mean, that's amazing. And the most amazing thing about it is that it's free. Everything is free. All right. So take advantage of that. Then Google Trends helps you to identify the popularity of search terms in Google and identify whether a trend is on the rise or the decline. Now, if a trend is on the rise, then obviously you can make more sales. You can fine tune that particular product and make more sales. But if it's on the decline, then you might want to adjust a little bit. So get the information, know what to do with it. All right. Then rise above your competition with Google Trends. You can find relevant trending topics, whatever, maybe if you are into content creation or you have a content creator for your business, they can actually use Google Trends to find relevant topic on that moment, like within that, maybe a geographical area or a time frame. They can find what relevant topics is on board, and then they can create content to serve people for that particular period. So Google Trends gives you insight to a lot of things. Now it helps you monitor your competitors. It helps you in keyword research. It helps you promote around seasonal trend and find topics by regions. Then we have Google Analytics. Here you get to understand what customers do on your website. Whatever it is the customers or people or visitors are doing on your website, Google Analytics will keep you up to speed. Now we've talked about a lot. And I think I would leave the questions for later. So at the end of this session, at the end of this training, you can drop all the questions you have and we will address that. All right. Then the final agenda for today is understanding and analyze your data. Understand and analyze your data. Now you've gotten a wealth of information. You've gotten a wealth of data. What do you do with that? All right. So Google Analytics dashboard. Now, remember, Google Analytics is one of the tools we talked about in the previous agenda. Now, this is how the dashboard looks. Don't think it's a little complicated or something a bit hard to understand. Just take your time, go through section by section, and you can find out amazing information right there. It can give you the number of people visiting your website, it can give you the location, it can many things. All right. So, like I said, don't just take a glance of it and say, "Oh, I think this is this is a little too much for me to understand." Just take your time, go through section by section, page by page, go through the navigation bar, and it's very easy to understand. Now, how to set up Google Analytics account? You go to analytics.google.com. Now, step 2, you choose the name of your account. Now, the name of your account would be the name of your business or your name. So choose a name for your account, then choose an industry category, whatever category you are under. You must see, just type the category and you see a drop down where you can choose which category or industry category you need or you fall into. Then where do you find your tracking code? Now, for Google My Business, you don't just set it up and leave it. Once you set it up, a tracking code will automatically be generated where you can impute in your website, and then it can help you track whatever is going on in your website. So how do you go about this? Just easy. Go to your settings, then at the top you can see admin, then click on admin, and at the right you will see tracking ID. All you need to do is to copy and paste. Don't try writing it down. You might make a mistake. And when a letter or a number is incorrect, then it's incorrect. So make sure you copy and paste to be precise and accurate, because you don't want to put another tracking ID because it won't work. Then once you've copied it, you can now paste it. When using a website builder, let's say for instance, WordPress or a blog, there may be a simple field where you can add your tracking ID for your website. So locate that simple field and then paste your tracking ID. And that is all you have to do. Paste it and save, and that's Google will take care of it. Google Analytics will take care of it from there. All right. So it's as easy as ABC. Then now you have to understand the four main areas of reporting. The four main areas of reporting. First, we have audience. Who are they? Second, we have acquisitions. How did they find me? Third, we have behavior. What are they doing? Like when they come into your website, what are they doing? Are they going to the home page, or are they going to the contact us? Are they going to the project page or the product page? What are they doing in your website? Then conversions. What are they worth to me? Are they actually converting? Converting is whatever you want your business, or sorry, whatever you want your customers or potential customers to do at the end of the day. Maybe you might want them to sign up for a newsletter or make a purchase or whatever it is you want. All right, that is your conversion. So what are they worth to me? Google Analytics would help you find all this information. Google Analytics will give you all this information to work with. Okay, so these are the four main areas of reporting. Now, the data in Google Analytics is in two types, the dimensions and the metrics. The dimensions are the what, okay? So, for example, the organic search, the referrals, the directed page search, ECC, whatever the what is, WHAT is the what. Then the metrics is the numbers. The numbers, like I hear people saying, is a game of numbers. So how many people are coming in, anything related to the numbers. That is, these are the types of data Google Analytics will help you give or would extract for you. So the dimensions, the what, and then the metrics, which is the numbers. Now, use your brain to ask the right questions. We've talked about brain strategy in the previous slides or in the previous agenda, and here it is again. So how are people finding you online? For reach, how are people finding you online? Is to identify which search terms are driving organic traffic. Like I said, this Google Search Console will help you do this. All right. Then develop relationship with referral websites. Maybe some other website that are including or outlining your URL in their own website. So you want to develop relationships with them. Then the next one, which is engage. What are people engaging with when they find you online? Okay, we've talked about how are they find you. Now they found you. What are they doing? Now you get to learn which search pages were not getting any views. Discover what is really engaging your visitors. Then the next one is activate. Which channel is driving the most bookings? Maybe is it social? Is it email? Is it SMS? Which channel is getting the most booking? And then when you identify this, you look out for underperforming referral sites and consider whether reviewing the partnership with them. Okay? Then nurture. You've gotten all this information. You found out how are they finding you? What are they doing when they come on? When they find you? Which channels are they booking or is driving the most bookings? Then all you have, the next thing to do is to nurture. Are my customers happy to leave review? Review is one of the best things the market has given us, really, because good reviews are good reviews. People can come and see, okay, wow, this person has great reviews. I think we should do business with them. For bad reviews, you can use them to optimize your business, right? Optimize your service to whatever you think or they think is lacking on your business. You optimize and get better. So review is one of the amazing things the market has given to businessmen. And of course, the internet has given to businessmen. So reviews are amazing. Now, Google Trends. Google Trends, like it's one of, like I said, is actually a great tool for content marketers and also for businessmen, really, because it gets to help you what is in trend at the moment. Is it in rise or in fall? When you should make these decisions, when you should make urgent and important marketing decisions. Okay, so you can promote your business around seasonal trends. Seasonal trends allow your business to stay relevant and competitive throughout the year of your business. Throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips that will impact your business revenue, that will impact your revenue. You can use Google Trends to identify seasonal product demands, adjust your offerings accordingly to supply and demand. Okay, so you know whether this is in high or this is in rise or this is in fall. So you adjust your offerings according to the rise and fall. Then create content about current trends. All right, so these are the amazing things Google Trends can help you do. Now, you can also use Google Trends for keyword research. Keyword, like I said, basically, the key or the words people are imputing on Google search to find your business or to find your website or things around or related to your business. Okay, so Google Trends shows you what searches and keywords are trending at the moment. You can use the related queries section to identify the potential keyword tags, name your product categories according to the popular keywords, and optimize your post according to the trending keywords. Optimize your post. If you're producing blog content, you find out this keyword that people are actually searching for and use it to create blog content. Create blog content around those keywords so that whenever they search, you are there. That is basically how Google search works. Okay, so Google Trends can help you keep up to date with keywords. Now we've talked about so many things in today's session. I'm sure you've learned a lot, and it's time for questions. If you have any questions, please, like I said, go to the chat and drop a question. For me, for Visa, Chedu will answer that and others. So a question here, Naimika says, what of Google Tag Manager? All right. Now, are you talking about the in Google Analytics or in keywords, or what exactly? I need to understand your question better. All right. Google Tag Manager. I think I've heard that somewhere, somehow, but I'm not sure. But what would happen is, first of all, you can help me understand your question better. Is it a tool? Is it a tool to get insight, or is it part of the features of a tool? For example, in Google Analytics or in Google Search Console, is Google Tag Manager a part of that? If not, I would also look into this and get you answers as soon as I can. So for Google Tag Manager, you can explain the questions better. If you have any other questions, please, in the chat box. I am here for all the questions you need to ask. So after this, you've gotten a lot of information. What are your next steps? So your next step is to learn. Learning never ends, really. Learning never ends. So you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills/courses. Okay, these are is a link where you can go to find out more courses, more resources Google can give you to help you learn, to help you grow your business. Of course, when you learn, you put that into work, you put it into action and get the result, okay? So you can find us on social media. You can go to Facebook at facebook.com/digital skills for Africa. Then same thing for Twitter. I think right about now, my moderator should be posting the links to all this. So don't bother. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. At Twitter, for Twitter, you have twitter.com/digital skills AF, Instagram.com/digital skills AF. Okay, then we have come to the end of the session. Now I'll be sticking around for any other questions. Keep the questions coming. I am here to answer that. And then for the visual question, if you have any question, please drop it in the chat. So for now, I'll be introducing Chedu Not introducing, I'll be bringing Chidu back. Chidu, welcome back to the training. And if you have any questions, please make sure to drop it there. Welcome, Chidu.
Thank you. And hi again, everyone. So I see there's a question here from Inameka on the business cards. If you can get dollar business cards. Yes, Inameka, that's available. Go to your bank, request it. The business cards come in both local and foreign currency as well. So just go to your bank and request the card. Please keep the questions coming. For now, I don't see any other questions
Okay,
on.
I see one question. The real
Okay.
Viv asked the question. He said, I'm
Mhm.
not sure whether he or she said, thank you. I would like to know if my page can be discovered if I use keyword on other pages that is not a website. Now, Viv, thank you for that. Is a really good question. Thank you for that question. Now, keywords actually works for websites. Okay, so for blog content, posting on your own website, you can use it. You can use the keywords, develop blog content around that keyword, and it can be easy for them to find your website when they search for keywords or that particular keyword or related keywords. Okay, so the keywords are basically for your website, not your social not your social media. For social media, you can use hashtags. All right. So for to make it easier, for social media is hashtags. Then for website is your keyword. I hope that answers the question.
Okay, so I don't see any other questions for Visa. But again, just to reiterate, all of this information is on the website, visa.com.ng. When you go to visa.com, that's on the business cards. When you go to visa.com.ng and you go to the small business hub on that website, then you have access to the banks that have currently rolled out the business cards, all the offers, both the 30 pan regional offers that we have live today, and then even if you want more information on the logistic offer that comes with the business card. And then aside even all that information on the business cards, we also have a lot of resources, a lot of information on that page as well. So whether it's training, resources, and all that stuff, you can have access to all of that on the visa.com.ng and the small business hub on that website. And then keep watching that page. We're regularly going to keep updating that with information more, as we expand the business card offers, as more banks roll out the business cards, we're going to be updating all of that information on that portion of the portal as well.
Oh, okay. All right. For okay, the real view says it's a she. Okay, I'm sorry for that. So thank you for the question. Then for Google Tag Manager, I think it's related to paid search. Okay, so it helps you monitor your advertising, whatever you paid for to be displayed on Google, whatever advert you have paid for Google to display. So Google Ad Manager can help you do that. All right. So that is for Google Tag Manager. Then you have Google Ads. So this is where Google Ads. Google Ads is everything advertising, everything advertising related to Google. So Google Ads can help you manage that. Okay, so make sure you take advantage of Google Ads if you're interested in advertising with Google or you're interested in advertising on Google. Do we have any other questions? Okay, I don't think we do. All right. So, in the absence of no question, thank you so much all for joining this amazing session. And please, like Chido have explained, all this information can be found on the page. All the information are also on the website. So take advantage of everything you've learned today. Take advantage of all the tools we've explained. Take advantage of Visa. Get the most of Visa, really. It's really great. And then thank you all for joining today's session. And I'll see you soon. Okay.
Thanks,
So
everyone.
bye.